Hi there, how you doing? It's Austin, and hopefully a quick video here. I want to talk about the art of the apology. And I'm going to preface this with this disclaimer. I have it down in the description. But I'm going to be using men as the abuser, women as the victim, wives as the victim. In no means am I saying that is always the way it is across the board. I have worked with women who are emotional abusers just as bad as men are, okay? It's just in the vast majority of times, it is the man that's the abuser, the woman that's the victim, and I believe I have reasons for that. But it's just a whole lot easier to do these videos, to use that. Just know that abuse is not gender specific, okay, when I talk. So if you're a man and being a victim of abuse, please, I'm not discounting you, but I'm just speaking to the vast majority of instances here. It's just a whole lot easier to speak, okay? So the art of the apology, when I work with men, abusers, this is one of the first areas I start with, is the art of the apology. When I was 30 years an abuser, I always said, I don't have a problem apologizing when I'm wrong. I just really felt I was very rarely wrong. Okay, how sick and twisted is that? So as we wake up, as we realize who we were and the abusive lifestyle that we're trying to recover from, we need to realize we're wrong a whole bunch of times. Everybody's wrong a whole bunch of times. Healthy people have trouble apologizing, and I won't get into that. So anyways, when we're starting, apologizing serves three purposes. Number one, we're able to go to our wives and say, I was wrong. That right there is probably a shocker for them, because they very rarely, if ever, have heard that. There might be some circumstances when they did. I'll get into that in a minute. Number two, it humbles ourselves before our wives. And that's the other thing that I stress when working with clients is we need to be humble. We need to take this heart and lay it out to our brides with no expectation of whether they're going to receive it or not receive it. And that is scary as all heck, especially for someone trying to recover from abuse, because we've spent our whole lives trying to hide that inner child, trying not to make ourselves vulnerable. Number three, it begins to reprogram our mind, different thinking. And that is the whole antithesis of recovering from abusive lifestyle, is reprogramming the mind and the subconscious. I get into it more specifically in my book, but we're actually rewiring the brain. So there's three very powerful things that we work on right from the get-go that aren't easy, but are absolutely critical to the recovery. So the apology that I model goes like this. This is what I did. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Or this is what I did. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. 4 things. That's all we say. And that's it. And we do it very humbly. And we don't do it with our attention on the TV or the newspaper. We look our wives in the eyes and say that with a contrite spirit and a heart that is truly forgiving, or is truly sorry. You see, most people, even ones in a healthy mindset, we like to explain why we did what we're apologizing for. It's like we want to give ourselves a freebie, a get out of jail card free. Get out of jail free card. We want to hear, I believe, from that other person, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, here's the thing. When we're trying to break out of an abuser lifestyle, it isn't okay, because generally what we're apologizing for is rooted in some type of abuse, control, manipulation, an expectation, an angry outburst, a hostile humor when we were out with other people, something rooted in abuse. There is no explanation. There is no justification for that. We were wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And that is it. That's all that needs to be said. That's all that should be said. And whether that apology is accepted or not is not up to us, and it shouldn't be up to us. Generally, the wife is probably going to fall off their chair because they haven't heard too many times, if at all, us saying, I was wrong, okay? But that's all we need to say. That's all we should say. You know, it's fine to say, look, I'm trying to learn some new behaviors and I'm going to mess it up 100 times before I get it right. But every time I mess it up, I'm going to come to you and apologize. I'm going to do this until I get it right. It's also important that you realize that you must go and apologize at the first moment you realize you did something wrong. Now, the first moment, we work towards hopefully catching it at the time it happens. But there were times in my recovery, I didn't realize it for days afterwards. And here I go back to Terry. Look, this is what I did back then. This is what we were talking about. This is what I did. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's important that we do that. And the reason why, because the first time we realize we did something wrong, boom, we're breaking the old circuits, the old patterns in our brain, and we're starting to form new ones. And two, it's that humbling. Man, we're now, you know, it's, oh, she's forgotten about it. Oh, it wasn't a big deal to her. Doesn't matter. It's a big deal to us, or it should be. And it is deep inside a big deal to them. They've just had to suppress it for all the years because it's not worth saying something. You lived in denial. And then you justified and somehow twisted it around to be her fault. It is a big deal. So it's important, it's critical. It doesn't matter if it's a week later, to go back and apologize for the things that we did, and do those simple things. This is what I did. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. And let it go at that. A lot of times just turn around and walk away. Make sure they know you're sincere, and don't you dare do it if you're not. Don't you dare try to pull one over on them, getting by doing this and fooling them, because the fooling days are over. If you've gotten to the point where the pain was so bad you woke up to your abuse, the fooling days are over, okay? Just a heads up on that. So give that a try. See how that works. If you want to, my email's in my description. Reach out to me. I'm here to help. And this is Austin. You have a great day.